Today I'm critiquing the penthouse at Atlantis Royal and then giving it an Arvin score at the end of the video. So if you ever decide to buy a penthouse like this, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad. I'm the how to buy a mansion guy. Let's watch this one together.
Hey guys, it's Nestor. We're back with an extra special house tour. Now Dubai has been and is at the forefront of redefining what ultra luxury and lifestyle is. And the pinnacle of that is the $1.6 billion hotel residences and resort, the Atlantis Royal on the Palm Jumeirah. And perched on top of that is the pinnacle of penthouses.
Okay, let's talk about the architectural style. But before I do that, this is critical. Pay attention. Most of these penthouses are both north and south facing. Now, that's mostly good, but it does come with some drawbacks, which I'm going to cover in this video. Architecturally speaking, I like it. Weirdly, how modern it is, it really fits the space without being intimidating but masculine at the same time. It's a bunch of shipping containers stacked on top of each other with cavities in between, which lets the air see the view. You can see through it, right? I think they've done a really good job. It's very utopian, Ready Player One. I like it. I think they've done a really good job.
So we step into the penthouse on the 27th floor, and even when you arrive out of the elevator, there's a beautiful reception area. Already you can tell that level of luxury with the white marble throughout, contemporary design on the walls and the ceiling. But as soon as you step into the apartment,
okay, before we go inside, did you notice this stacked block design where one is going this way, the other one is going this way? They're stacked on each other, but they're going the opposite way, and there are empty cavities on each side, right, under them. Now, this forces the elevator shaft to be where these blocks meet. And that forces the layout of, I would assume, most of the residences here to always be sideways to the home. Meaning when you enter, half of the house is going to be to your right, and half of the house is going to be to your left. That has positives and negatives, which we're going to cover in this video.
the next thing that starts creeping into the corner of your eye is something that not many people on the planet get to see. The entire view of the Palm Jumeirah from the Atlantis Royal. This is the pièce de résistance of this apartment, although the interior is just as mesmerizing. Now, I can't wait to get out there and show you that incredible view. But first, we're going to start exploring the apartment itself. So firstly, we arrive in the entrance area. Now, already start to see
Way too many finishes. Look at this. Pay attention. Okay. You have a wood door with a bronze finish around it, trim around it. You have a marble with a gold trim around it. You have a painting which is supposed to anchor the color of light, whitish with blue and gold, which is supposed to be an anchor color because you can see the pillows are being matched over there. That has a silver trim around the frame. Then you have another wallpaper which is silver, and then you have marble floors. What are you doing? That's a common theme in Dubai where you're just trying to throw everything at it. And let's not mention the laboratory bubbles with a different finish on the middle that connects the bubbles with each other. It's way too much. Way too much.
As we step into the powder room, the walls are wrapped in this beautiful wallpaper, which has these shiny blue-green hue, which goes again with the color tones and design of the apartment.
What is the color theme of the apartment? Is it gold trim? Is it bronze trim? There's laboratory pieces going on. Like, they've tried to use blue, gray, and white, but they've completely gone off tangent and just introduced a crap load of different metal, different finishes, different textures. Way too much. Way too much. You just cheapen the product.
Now, this home is super unique because it has been fully renovated from its shell and core. And I want to explain to you the reason why that is actually so difficult. So if you want to buy an apartment in this residential side of the Atlantis Royal, it's going to take you around 2 to 3 years to build this from its shell and core because they only allow you 3 hours per day to work on it. So you can imagine how long this took with all its intricate little details.
That's so generous. Okay, this is a negative for the developer. The way they've released the units was not really wise. It sounds like they were desperate to get liquidity and they just released them as an empty canvas. Whereas they should have really renovated a lot of the units and presented to the market as a finished product and even made more money. Now, it's a positive for the residents because you're not going to get noise, you're not going to get dust, you're not going to get construction workers all over you. It's controlled. So good and bad.
Now this is where you enter, you host people in here, and they've done it so perfectly as you've got the seating all wrapping around. Now, all the seating is imported from Italy, made by Longhi, and you can tell the quality just by the touch and feel. It feels super soft. But what I love is how they've introduced different elements and colors, like the seating right in the corner in those blue tones, but going so well with that gold trim we have around it, even around the gold from the huge couch at the back. Also, what's great is how they've broken it up a little bit with these side marble tables, which
it looks like a step. Okay, the arrangement is really idiotic. I mean, to me, it looks like a nightclub arrangement where you have like your bottle service and these people don't know each other and they just you have a dance floor in the middle, okay? Very old school, like tribal leaders will come visit you. And again, not really how people socialize in a setting like this. It kills a lot of square footage also, and it doesn't really encourage conversation, okay, at the same time.
Now, off to the side is the TV wall. You've got a combination of marble in different levels, adding depth and a bit of kind of warmth to the room.
You know, the women sit on this side, the men sit on this side. The women are not allowed to watch the TV. This is ridiculous. Again, I think this would have been an ideal penthouse if you were to allocate 5 bedrooms in this house. It says 4 bedrooms, but there's also a maid's quarter. If you did want to go for 5 bedrooms in a penthouse of 4,700 square feet, which I really don't think you should, because most of the demographic want comfort if they're buying this condo. They don't have 4 kids. But if you wanted to do that, you should have combined your formal living space with your family living space. Because it's just not ideal. You don't have enough square footage. You then start, really squeezing spots and forcing issues, which defeats the whole points of ultra luxury paying $23 million.
Underneath, there's a steam fire. If you head down with me, we'll go into the first room, which is the TV room. On the exterior, there's a pocket sliding door, gold trim on the exterior, which matches the gold trim on the light fixture on the side.
Another finish on the glass.
Another one.
Now, as we step in, we step onto the carpet. This is a TV room, so you want that noise to be dampened in here. Already you can tell by my voice how it doesn't echo all around. And this is that intimate experience you want to have whilst you're watching TV. Now, firstly, we've got the seating at the back wrapping around. And if we look this way, we've got that huge TV mounted on this cabinet. Again, you see those gold trim details. Now, what's great is that you can also see that view in the back. So if you just want to turn that TV off, chill.
The TV's blocking your view, man. What are you talking about? And what an idiotic design choice. So you have a massive formal living space, majlis, and then you have another family space right next to it, meaning you will never use the prime area of the home. You're going to be in this little tiny home which your TV blocks your view. Horrible decision. On a penthouse, especially when you have, north and south facing, or, double exposure, shall we say. Where you want to put your TV room is the dark place in the house where, you don't get any sun. You're going to have an area in the middle where you should allocate to your TV room because it doesn't need a view. This either should have been a dining room or an office.
But here we've got these huge floor-to-ceiling glass sliding doors. And once you open them up, you're now connecting the indoors with the outdoors. And wow, we've toured a lot of homes on the Palm Jumeirah. All these villas you can see on the fronts. We probably toured about half of them. But every time we've toured one of these homes, we've shown you the Atlantis and the Atlantis Royal. And I've always said it's the definition of luxury. And this is one of the reasons why. From here, we get to see nearly all of Dubai. It's a little bit hazy today,
Let's be honest, it's almost always hazy. Okay, let's talk about the views. I really like them. It could have been better, and I will tell you how, but let's first judge it. You get the palm view, right? It's very dynamic, and then the backdrop is the downtown Dubai, all south facing. On the north side, you just see the Persian Gulf. Beautiful. Again, I think it could have been slightly better if it was centered to the palm where the Atlantis, the older one, is. That perhaps would get a 10. This is slightly lower, but excellent, excellent view.
Now let's continue the tour. We go to the other side of the Majlis where we have the kitchen.
Kitchen? This looks like a bar. Are you serious? The first time I saw this video, I was like, that's for sure a bar. Great placement. Look at this.
Now the gold from the legs is seen on the trim around the light fixture hanging down from the ceiling.
The gold is everywhere, buddy. Legs, waist, neck, tits. It's just gold, gold, gold. This is the smallest kitchen I've ever seen in this price point. Pat yourself in the back. If you even live in a one-bedroom condo in the United States, the chances are your kitchen could be bigger than this. You're doing good.
Now on the opposite side is now black countertops contrasting against all those light tones that we've been seeing.
Everything is contrasting each other, man. This contrasts every other finish we've seen. God. And then we've got the bronze trim around the door again. Like beside the front door and the other doors, you don't see any other natural wood finish in the house.
We move along, we've got the microwave, also opens up automatically with storage all around, and the integrated fridge freezer combo, which is push to open.
The only thing you'll be eating in this kitchen is Hot Pockets. You're not cooking shit.
Now on the opposite side, you've got the sink built into the marble countertops like we have in the cooking area, and right here is the Gaggenau dishwasher. Now through this door we step into the dining area and back round to the entrance area. Of course the dining table is in the center.
Center of no view. You have one of the best view properties, and your dining room is in the darkest, least attractive area of the property. Horrible design. I would never set it up like this.
Now that we've toured the main spaces of the penthouse, let's start exploring the rooms facing this side. Now we'll start right by the front door. We're going to go into probably one of the best service quarters I've ever seen. First, there's this corridor leading straight down where you have cabinets all along the side. Now in here you've got some of the technical stuff behind the apartment, and you also have storage drawers which are pushed to open. Now we step into the service quarters and that view onto the open sea.
You can't even put a bunk bed in here. Like, you can watch the TV in the reflection of the glass. What the hell is this? How is this the best service quarters? This is against the Geneva Convention. It's illegal in most part of the world.
Now it's not furnished as a service quarters right now. It's a small lounge, although you could do whatever you want with it. For example, I'd have it as a gym.
No, the building has an incredible gym. The best this could be is a bathroom. It has a bathroom, but this area should have been like a bathroom to a junior suite or something, okay? That's it. That's the best. It's not a room.
And now let's head back into the entrance area. We're going to go towards the first guest bedrooms. We go by the powder room. Now, just as it is in the powder room, there's a reflective tinted door on the exterior to reflect that view once you've had it closed. We step inside, there's a transition onto wooden floors, which gives a warm and cozier touch. And of course, you want that once you end the day coming into these spaces.
Okay, this is a big decision they made in regards to the layout, okay? They decided to divide the property, and I told you guys, this is a big deal. When you enter your property sideways and you have views on both sides, you have a couple decisions to make. You can categorize like, this is the living space, this is the bedroom space, and this is the decision they've made, which I'm not really for. If I was designing this property, I would have liked to have a way bigger kitchen and a way better family room, right? An area where you can hang out and separate from the main living spaces. And they just haven't done that. They've stacked bedrooms like sardines on the other side, back to back to back. And it's just, I don't see the demographic also really being gravitated for a 5-bedroom property on a penthouse. If they really wanted 5-bedroom, most likely they would gravitate towards what? A villa, a residential single family residential property. So I much rather have a very comfortable condo where you get the benefits of the location and the comfort of a single family home without dealing with the troubles of upkeep and security of a single family home.
So there's obviously 2 bedrooms here. We'll head into this one first. As we step in, there are so many stunning details. In the center of the room, there's this huge bed setup. Beautiful leather frame. It feels like it belongs in a royal palace with a matching ottoman in front. Now on the other side is the entrance to the walk-in closet and ensuite bathroom. Now let's head back out into the next guest bedroom.
Okay, perhaps the nicest room so far they've decorated. Again, I think way too many trims and different metals they've used. But overall, this room was better than the rest of the house so far.
Now we step into the bedroom. Totally different design. I love how it's not copy paste, and none of the bedrooms are. Got those green color tones matching with the green seating here at the back, just to profit from those beautiful views onto the sea. Now in behind the bed, you've got a combination of leather and mirrors, which extend this space even more. But I love these little details, how the edges of the mirror are indented, so it adds a little bit of texture and depth. This is what I think I'd find in a kind of royal palace.
It's not a royal palace. It's really stacked up for bedroom efficiency when you think about it. You see, if that service quarters was combined with the room we saw earlier before this one, the mirror image of this room, perhaps you could have had a good volume that connected to the formal living space, to the kitchen, to the grand salon, the central heart of the house, where you would have had that bigger volume, a double exposure of seeing both sides of the property, bringing more natural light in, and also having it defined spaces where you have a formal living space, you have a family room, you have a proper TV room, you have a kitchen that is much bigger, you have an office, and they just haven't done that. To me, there's nothing royal about this design. I actually think it's poorly partitioned and spaced.
Now at the bottom of the room is the walk-through closet, cabinets on the side. Again, there's a pocket door on the exterior. But step inside with me to one of the coolest ensuite bathroom, because it has floating vanities either side with mirrors above, and it feels like it's going on infinity in the background, like I'm talking to myself, self.
Dude, you don't need $23 million for this, Just put 2 mirrors in front of each other. You can get this cool factor for under $50.
Now we head back out. We'll go into the primary and junior suite. Although, for me, these are both the primary suite, except for one is a his, one is a hers. You'll see why in just a second.
What, they already got a divorce? What do you mean? It's funny. You have to go through the dining table to get to the primary suite. Very poor for like how iconic and architectural significant this property, this building could be. Very poorly designed and partitioned home. Really maxed out for efficiency on the bedroom count. That's it. That's not how I would design a condo whatsoever.
So around this side is the hers primary suite. We step in, there's a small vanity area with a Hollywood movie style glamour light off to the side. I feel like this is what you'd see on a set in kind of the 60s, 70s making music. Also love this contemporary shelving on the side with golden trim. Now we've seen that contemporary style throughout the home. Of course, it's going to be in the primary bedrooms. You'll see it around the frame of this mirror on the entry corridor. Nice sharp angles, just like the shelving at the back. Now our first entrance is into the walk-in closet. Pocket door on the entry, but there is more storage. So for me, this feels
really small. This is her closet. This is a mirror, in front of you. Do you see what I'm saying? They're really cutting corner and just trying to get the bedroom count up. Which the funny thing is, I don't think the demographic who would want to pay $23 million for a penthouse is really looking for 5 bedrooms. You see, if you have this double exposure unit on a 4,000 to 5,000 square foot, with the dimensions of that unit really matters. How much depth you have. This unit is very square. It would have been much more ideal if actually it was elongated a little bit with a bigger central place where you could have really knocked out a bunch of other stuff that the walls that it provided you, such as family room, maybe an extension of the kitchen where it doesn't normally get used, powder rooms. The dimensions of this unit is not ideal. And when you try to maximize the bedroom count, it just doesn't work for me. The best layout for a property of this caliber and this price point with these dimensions would have been perhaps 3-bedroom unit where you had bedrooms in each corner, right? And then connecting through in the middle, you had a family room, you had a formal living space, you had a massive kitchen. It would have really brought the whole family together and it would have looked way more expensive. And it would have actually probably found its target buyer way faster and way easier.
Shelves underneath, you open them up, lined with wood and leather on top. Now we step into the bedroom, you'll see those ornate cabinets.
No, I see my grandma's house. How did we go all traditional? What's going on? Horribly designed. Really don't like it. I don't like the layout. I only like the building. I think it's a good building. I think it looks cool. It has a lot of potential. But just bedroom distribution, layout, finishes, just not up to par whatsoever.
At the back is the bed setup. Now you can see why I said this is the hers side. You'll see those shades of pink and cream obviously going really well together with those kind of lighter grays. In behind the bed, you'll notice the wallpaper in different tone and gold trim in between with those light fixtures mounted on that wall in the crystal glass design we've been seeing throughout the rest of the home.
I absolutely hate it. It's just so cheesy, absolutely cheesy. The gold trims are overdone, copper trim, this pastel colors coming in. It's just like luxury for sake of being luxury, just expensive stuff without a cohesive look whatsoever. There's no like identity. It's just like, let's list the top 20 most expensive looks that give an impression of wealth and just make sure we cover them at least once or twice in each room.
I've got to take you outside to see this incredible view. So all the rooms have these glass sliding doors which open up to the views outside. And now that we're coming into the winter months, you actually have these doors open and connect both the indoors and outdoors.
I don't know if you're actually going to do that often. There's a lot of dust in Dubai, right? There's winds, picks up the dust from other parts of Middle East. So a lot of times it does look like this. And then in the warmer months, it's extremely hot, right? Super, super hot and humid. So yeah, I don't think you're going to keep your windows open that often because a lot of dust is going to come inside.
Now let's head into his primary bedroom. Now, as we step inside, there's a transition onto wooden floors. You want that warm, cozy feeling at the end of the day. But as you can see, the reason why I said this is his side, because there are more darker, more masculine kind of color tones in here.
Why do we need to have it his and hers? It's not a walk-in closet. Such an idiotic layout. It's designed for a couple who are about to get a divorce, but they haven't yet. And are willing to pay $23 million to buy something, which they're going to end up dividing afterwards. Great strategy. Really good strategy. Well done.
First, we look at this custom-made TV wall. Beautiful marble wrapping around the TV, indented into that wall.
I get a headache just looking at this. I mean, come on. Like the blue, the white, the leather. There's a mirror with a different type of metal trim around it. Then natural wood. And then black and gray and white marble. What are you doing?
Before we head outside, let's head into the walk-in closet and ensuite bathroom and finish the tour out there.
This is not a walk-in closet. This is a hallway. Okay, oh my God. You gave me 2 crappy freaking master bedrooms. What an idiotic choice. Like, you could have given me one really good one, you know? Would have done the job. I didn't need to sleep away from my wife. I'm done with this crap. Let me give it an Arvin score. Location. It's central on the Palm. Not too much traffic. I'm going to give it a 9. Building amenities. From what I've seen, it's definitely a 9, maybe even a 10. It's really, really good. HOA. This is what I'm worried about. If it's true that you can only do 3 hours of work on the property, it's really a, tailwind for new units to be sold because it takes so much. You have to purchase it. You have to carry it, multiple years of construction. It's just annoying. And sometimes when it takes too long, people's needs and wants even change within the time that the unit is finished. So they might want to sell it at that point and not even live in it. So I don't know if it really come together as a community and kind of really absorb, fill up that soon, and that could be a negative. It could affect the HOA prices. At the same time, I'm not a big fan of really heavy construction on man-made islands, okay? And for that reason, I'm going to give it an 8. Privacy. No one really looks into your unit from anywhere, but you do have neighbors up and down, and that's a negative. I'm going to give it an 8. Unit orientation. This is the easy one. You're south-facing, you're north-facing. For sure, it's going to get a 10. Architectural style. I like it, and I will tell you guys why. I think it's done a really good job integrating with the space. It's masculine, but at the same time, not intimidating. It's futuristic, but it's also warm. It's iconic in a way that you would certainly remember it. It's not really imitating another design I've seen. And for all those reasons, I'm going to give it another 9. Views. This is an easy one. It's perhaps one of the best views. The only way you could get it really better if it was centered to the palm. I don't think any view in Dubai gets better than this. It's going to get a 9.5. Layout. Perhaps the worst thing about the unit overall. You did have the wow factor when you walk in, but your formal living space wasn't livable. Then your TV room was crap. And then you had the smallest kitchen. You had to go through the dining room to get to your primary bedroom. And then your primary bedroom sucked, but then you had 2 of them. You can't make this stuff up. This is the layout phase is where I really like to get involved, because it affects the architectural style on the exterior where you place the windows and stuff. And if you're, considering building or buying or remodeling your property, join the inner circle. I'm going to share more testimonials because everyone is loving it. You guys will love it too. Okay, for that reason, I'm going to give it a 3. Scale and volume. The ceiling heights were a little bit low for ultra luxury. And then the layout that they had, the footprint that they had, would have never really allowed 5 bedrooms comfortably. They really didn't partition the rooms in the right way. Your kitchen was super small, your formal living space way too big, your TV room out of place, your dining table out of place, your bedroom's kind of tight. I can't give it anything more than a 2. Finishes. I really don't think it did the building justice. It was a downgrade from the lobby. I really didn't like it. I think they spent way too much money on crap that they didn't need, and they didn't even get that ultra luxury look. If I was helping them, I would have done it for cheaper and it would have looked significantly better. And for that reason, I'm going to give it a 4. Now, this is the Arvin score. If you want to see another Dubai property, check this one out. Thanks for watching. If you want to join the inner circle, here's the QR code. I would love to see you there. If we are a right fit, I would love to help you out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the comments. Have a good one.